gentlemen, it is a serious challenge. Now, what I have it on my digital screen, it manipulates me. It controls me. I spent most of the time either reading an article or going through the social media random posts somebody has posted, just getting that information. My total knowledge base has shrinked to that digital media screen. Now, it can manipulate me. It can bring me into a phase where I would stop reasoning. And once I stop reasoning, it can dominate my electoral behavior. It has a strength, it has a power to push me towards that populist narrative, which even if I don't want to, but I'm still inclined. And on the back of my mind, I would just be going through those details, because as a student, I know that a visual which you have, which has a sound, somebody told me during my college days that this film is the most effective medium of communication. I believe in that. It is, yes. The way it impacts. If you just read an article, it will not. You'll just hear an audio, it won't. But if you have a visual in front of you, and there is some narration of that documentary coming on it, and it has a visual and an audio, it will impact. And then if it is picturized, and it is picturized good, it will leave an unending mark on your mind. And this is what is happening today. People are good enough to do that. People just make it. They are true or not, that's another debate. How to deal with it, how to regulate with it, what sense of participation a common citizen should have, but it is changing. It is changing the minds of the masses. It is a true challenge. So how the governments respond to that, how the society respond to this, how the institutions, prestigious institutions like yours, respond to it. Thirdly, ladies and gentlemen, this cleavage is deepening up. This hatred is boiling. People are not giving reasons to each other. I believe in something, I just believe in it. Why? I don't know. I believe in it. Democracy is not about it. Democracy is about dialogue. Dr. Khalid Manzoor Bhatt, it's not just that I have a certain esteemed relation with him, but I will be very candid in saying that. These acts of yours, that bringing in a dialogue to this society is very important. Unless we talk to each other, unless we reason with each other, unless we bring in that why I can substantiate what I am saying by some argument or by some theory, that needs to come in. If it is a challenge, yes, we have to speak. If somebody's politics is bothering me, yes, we have to speak. If somebody's role in political, what you call it, not politically correct, we have to speak. If my role is not politically correct, we have to speak. Either I can mend my way, or I can convince the other party that what I'm doing is right. So the dialogue is the key to it. So I must say that the topic you had today or yesterday in the seminar, whatsoever you just, the synopsis which I heard, are need of the hour. It's not just a rhetoric I'm saying that it is need of the hour. Yes, we have to look into these details, come out with solutions, sit, brainstorm. The institutions like yours, they can do wonders. They can come up with directions. Now, universities and academies and these think tanks. Now, I have to correlate one example here. Is a process of a training. Now, it is up to the individual. If I take that institution, that it is training me, then yes, I can get trained. But if I take that institution's daily schedule and routine as a burden, I will start disliking that training. I will start revolting to that training. And that might happen at any place. May it be a disciplined force, may it be a college or a university, or may it be an institution where our politics walks. You don't obey to the norms, you get out of the book, you are never going to come up with the right results. The lessons of the history are to be observed. And the first and the foremost lesson of the history is that the populism versus institutionalism is actually bothering and taking away the dividends of the democracy, and I can substantiate what I said. How I can substantiate. Recently, I've gone through a book named Nexus, is by the same author who wrote Homo sapiens, and you might not agree with his religious theory. Yes, you cannot. You might not agree with his theory that this AI is the same sort of human-made problem which might eat the human race, and he argues further on that we humans are in habit of creating something which actually takes the race of the human and it gets beyond the control, and he goes back to the Greek mythology, he goes back to the Roman stories, and he comes up to the recent times of Nazi control and things. He said it was all human-made. He said there were different gods. There was a god which was responsible for creating thunders. There was a god who was responsible for giving war victories. There was a god who was responsible for giving wealth. There was a god who was responsible for giving health and illness. Every different human nature had a different god in some Greek mythology. And he argues that the time the human race passed, the conclusion was that these mythologies were man-made and were not correct. And Quran says कि वो बड़े दराज कद थे, मुल्कों में ऐसे ना थे, पहाड़ों में घर तराशते थे. आज नहीं. The time says, the time passes. There are the scriptures from Gita also, that the scriptures in Bible also. The time will prove what was right. वक्त की कसम है, और ये कसम किसी एक religion के पास नहीं है. Every religion has it. Christianity has it. It is biblical. Jews have it. It's in their document, which is given by the God. It is in the Gita. Everybody has it. Time will prove that the institutions which were supposed to deliver the dividends of the democracy are being eaten by the populism. And who will stop it? The wisdom which a human mind carries. If my case study of out-of-school children is not right, I have no case. If my case study for health services in your part of the world, I don't have a case. If you think that what I said, that the dividends of the democracy are being given to that small boy of that small village, even the powers like United Nations and the state governments and those non-governmental organizations with the budgets of billions of rupees would keep that boy Adil in the school, I have no case. Ladies and gentlemen, we are living in a contemporary time and challenges are manifold. We have to seriously think in our individual capacities that what exactly do we want. There is yes another problem today we are facing, that is of terrorism. Yesterday India has just faced it. Now there are finger pointings. I had the Jafar Express, I pointed those fingers towards India. But are these states, both states, responsible enough to come up and give some concrete evidence? Are these people 250 million on this side and 120 million living on that side are not capable enough to consume that information? Or are we going to live another century on these political rhetorics? Are we just battlefield for these terrorists, we have to think. With these words, I pray that institution of yours has embarked on a journey of a dialogue. This continues. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. ये बाद में कर लेंगे. Not in this will do.
Including thoughts and reflect on the broader vision that guide us as an institution. I would like to invite our pro-rector, including thoughts and
it has been throughout this evening. So a very well done by the whole Department of Political Science and International Relations. I would want you guys to applaud for the whole department and the organizers. I would like to really thank all the participants, speakers, faculty members who have taken the time out, traveled from across the world to grace us with their presence, to share their insights, and to share ideas where we as a whole in all of the world can take the democracy forward in these troubling times and changing times. Finally, I would really like to thank Speaker Punjab Assembly, Malik Ahmed Khan Sahab, who's taken the time out from his very busy schedule, enlightened us with the practical issues currently facing particularly Pakistan, guiding us through these troubling times and encouraging this